there, I'm Chris Berman. We got a lot of games to cover, so let's get to it. In our first game this week, we had the Dolphins walk away with a 6-point victory. We had a big injury in this one, and Trey has the lowdown for us. Trey?
All right, Chris, thanks. In front of you, we've got the AFC Infirmary Report. And as you can see, they were hit hard this week. Mark Campbell is probably the one that most leaps out at you. Doctors confirming the worst this week, a torn hamstring. And that'll put him out for the rest of the regular season. In front of you, we've got the NFC list. And as you can see, they could form their own MASH unit. Torrey Holt won't see action for a while, so this offense is going to have to make do without him. Notes from the team doctors said it's a broken thigh bone, and that he'll likely be out for the rest of the regular season. There's a chance, however, they'll get him back for the playoffs. Now the big story of the day. Tony Parrish will be on the sidelines for a while, and that is not good news for his club. So that'll do it for now. Chris, let's send it back to you.
In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Raiders win their 5th game of the season. The Chiefs won this contest, but will stay at the first place in the AFC West. Eagles, Giants. Matt Ware would come up with a huge play here as he was able to pick one off here, then had some clear sailing in front of him. The Eagles win this one by the final score of 28-21. Brandon Stokely had a stellar game, but all said and done, his performance wasn't enough to lift his team to a victory. Brett Favre took to the air for over 300 yards and helped his Packers beat the Rams. Way up in the northern plains in Minnesota, we had the Vikings edge their way to a narrow 3-point win. Ravens, Patriots. Ty, I fought the law, and the law won.
Is on an island sometimes. What? If you leap like that and with his size, only the quarterback can get him. Does he have the wheels? No way, Jose. Touchdown, 65 yards.
The Patriots go on to win this by the final score of 20-0. Up in Seattle Stadium, we had the Seahawks come away with a brutal 18-point victory. The Saints got 300-plus yards from their offense in their victory at the Georgia Dome. The Panthers won at home, but will take to the road next week to meet the Saints. Bears, Cowboys. Paul Edinger.
Pretty automatic when you kick it from the 33-yard line. Snap a little high. Kicker just takes his time, and it's good. 33 yards.
The Bears go on to win this by the final score of 23-21. The Jets won this contest, but will stay at the 3rd place in the AFC East. Hines Ward stepped it up this week and gave his team some added firepower for the win. In a long-standing AFC rivalry, we had the Bengals pick up win number 2. Titans, Texans. Steve Air McNair
surveys the defense at the 25. Extra receiver is split out. That's the tight end. Even though he's got double coverage, head to the corner, touchdown. What a throw.
The Titans win this one by the final score of 42-24. So let's change things up a bit and turn to a guy that's had his eye on the college game, and that's our own Mel Kiper Jr. He joins us now. Mel, your work never ends, I know. Believe me, I know better than anybody else. But it's never too early to start thinking about next year's draft, is it?
Never too early indeed. And now that, for the most part, the regular season in college football is behind us, we can really start looking back at the guys that have impressed me the most across college campuses this year. Mullen is a guy, for starters, that I think truly has very few negatives in his game right now. 6'2", 174, out of Virginia. And this is a guy that's shown absolutely blazing speed in his ball games this fall. His closing speed combined with his quick feet and hands have scouts salivating over his potential. Martin is another guy I've always liked a lot. Basically plays with a sort of reckless abandon out there. He's got a non-stop motor, and if he can learn to play the backside pursuit a little better, he could turn out to be a really good one. So that'll do it for now, but expect there to be plenty happening between now and April.
So that'll just about do it. But before we go, I'm going to toss out a few game balls to my prime-time players. Each and every one of these men had a week to remember. That'll do it, sports fans. I'm Chris Berman, and thanks so much for joining us here in the Bristol studios. We'll see you next week right here on ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports.